Mordor was protected from three sides by mountain ranges, arranged roughly rectangularly. The Ered Lithui, or the Ash Mountains, were a mountain range on the northern border of Mordor, which separated it from Rhovanion. They ran about 500 miles from east to west. One southwestern ridge divided the plateau of Gorgoroth from Lithlad. A shorter southern spur within Gorgoroth ended at Barad-dûr. The west end of the Ash Mountains met the Mountains of Shadow. Between the Mountains of Shadow and the Ash Mountains was Udun. The Ered Lithui were rugged and forbidding, described as being composed of broken peaks and barren ridges. Its rocks were colored gray as ash in the west until they turned to the east. Forming a southern range was Ephel-Duath, or the Mountains of Shadow. They were a range of mountains that guarded Mordor's western and southern borders. The Morgul Pass led from the Morgul Vale in Ithilien, which was guarded by the city of Minas Morgul, earlier Minas Ithil, through the Ephel-Duath into Mordor. Cirith Ungol, a higher, more difficult pass, was guarded by the giant spider Shelob and by the Tower of Cirith Ungol, where Frodo was taken and searched by orcs. However, he was rescued by Sam before they descended onto the plateau of Gorgoroth. Another known fortress was Durthan in the northern Ephel-Duath. It was an old castle in northern Mordor. It stood high up in the northern Ephel-Duath above the valley of Udun, a few miles north of the Isen mouth, where a mountain spur branched away southeast to the Isen mouth. It is possible that Durthan was originally a fortress of Gondor. The Gondorians had constructed several fortresses overlooking the entrance to Mordor in the aftermath of the War of the Last Alliance, like the Towers of the Teeth Four or the Tower of Cirith Ungol. In the northwest corner of Mordor, the deep valley of Udun was the only entrance for large armies, and that is where Sauron built the Black Gate of Mordor. In front of the Black Gate lay the Dagolad. This was the site of several important battles in Gondor's history, most notably the defeat of Sauron's forces in the famous Battle of Dagolad, King Kalimetar's victory over the Easterlings, and the Battle of the Morannon. Sauron's main fortress, Barad-dûr, was at the foothills of Ered Lithui. To southwest of Barad-dûr lay the arid plateau of Gorgoroth and the volcanic Mount Doom created by Melkor in the First Age. When Sauron chose the land of Mordor as his dwelling place in the Second Age, Mount Doom was the reason for his choice. He used the fire that welled there from the heart of the earth in his sorceries and his forging. The most famous result of his forging, and in fact the only one we know of for sure, was the One Ring. To the east lay the plain of Lithlad. The land in the western parts of Mordor were largely infertile, producing only sparse brambles. The southern part of Mordor, Nirn, and the great lake Núrnen, which was fed by 4 rivers, was located in that region and slightly more fertile and moist. Nirn was made somewhat fertile because the ash blown from Mount Doom left its soil nutrient-rich, thus allowing dry land farming. Unfortunately, the inland sea of Nirn was salty, not freshwater. To the west of Mordor was the narrow land of Ithilien, with the great river Anduin that crossed most of Middle-earth east of the Misty Mountains, to the east Rhûn, and to the southeast Khand, home of the Variags. Ah, so you have watched to the end. Your curiosity for knowledge does you credit. I, Saruman the White, thank you for your attention. Do not forget to subscribe, for there is always more to learn of the ancient world. In our next lesson, we shall journey far to the south, beyond the Ephel-Duath, into the burning lands of Khand. There, you will discover the true geography of Arda and the secrets few dare to speak of. So, my friend, do not tarry. Subscribe and return when the next wisdom of Middle-earth is revealed.
Taggash burzum snaga abstrur zagbu